wholeness, balance, and love. And welcome back to the Power of Breath, Part 2, where our focus for this video is to learn how we can continue to use our breath as a therapeutic tool to transform us on a physical, mental, and emotional level, but more specifically, using our breath consciously to promote these benefits within ourselves. Now, before we dive into the breath, I just want to share with you a couple of interesting facts that really will help us better understand the importance of utilizing our breath. Number one, did you know that 70% of our toxins are eliminated from our respiratory system? Now, if I think about if I'm not breathing properly, how many of those toxins are remaining within my own being? Number two, the average adult breathes from about 16,000 to 26,000 times per day. My question for you is, how many of those breaths are you taking consciously on your journey to raise your awareness, to bring you back to the present moment? And the third fact I want to share with you is our breathing apparatus, our respiratory system, is the only part of ourselves that we can do automatically and also unconsciously. So when we begin to learn the power that we gain from consciously breathing, we can transform negative emotions. We could bring more space within our mind, and we could allow the weight from our heart to become a little bit lighter. As a reminder, breath work is the combination of us becoming aware of the breath, as well as consciously controlling the breath to promote balance physically, mentally, and emotionally. We last spoke about how breath awareness can be used as a tool to cultivate a presence of peace and calmness, connect us back to the present moment, and conserve the vital flow of energy within the body. Today, we're going to talk about how the act of deliberately controlling, directing, and regulating our breath in some way can stimulate deep relaxation, clarity of mind, space within our heart, and improve digestion, as well as so many more physical benefits. With breath awareness, we allow the breath to breathe us, and with conscious breathing, we take control and we breathe the breath. Now, we spoke a little bit earlier about the common individual doesn't breathe properly. A lot of folks breathe from our chest. And this is due to the fact that we carry so much stress, so much anxiety, so much tension within our body, our mind, and our heart that it begins to manifest within the physical form. And we can see that directly through the observation of our breathing. When I breathe from my chest, you'll notice that I have more tension around my neck and my shoulders. My lungs don't fill up to full capacity. My mind gets a little bit more cluttered, and it's easier for me to get stuck in heavier emotions. But on the flip side, when I begin to learn to breathe from my diaphragm or more from the abdominal area, you'll notice the body is much more easier to relax itself. The mind finds the ability to find space between thoughts, and the heart can begin to feel that peace and calm that we all deserve to experience on our journey. Once we strengthen our ability to observe our breath and to have a direct reflection of our mental, emotional, and physical well-being, we can begin to use a tool of conscious breathing to neutralize any imbalances, any negative emotions, to bring us back into a space of balance. And that is the power that we receive from the use of our conscious breath. To best support our overall well-being, we want to utilize our conscious breath to activate what we call our relaxation response. And what I mean by this, that when I breathe in a rhythm of 4 to 6 breaths per minute, what that does is regulate my autonomic nervous system. It puts me out of that fight or flight mode, and it brings me back into that rest and digest. A lot of us, we breathe about 10, some of us 20 rounds per minute. And when that is happening, you can see that the brain is not able to access its higher functioning. The body is operating from a space of tension, and the emotional state is highly dysregulated. So when we move on to our practice for our conscious breathing, we are going to mindfully breathe in for a count of 4. We're going to pause for a second. We're going to consciously breathe out for a count of 4, pausing for a second, and we're going to do this for an extended period of time. Upon the conclusion of that breathing technique, we're going to direct all of our awareness inward to fully recognize how the conscious control of my breath affects me on a physical level, how this rhythm of breath impacts my mental state, and also what this rhythm of breathing does to my emotional well-being, so that you can have that direct experience to know that this is a tool that is always with me and always has the ability to transform where I am, which in each moment that I exist in. And once we become more conscious of how this begins to soften myself physically, mentally, and emotionally, I challenge you to carry this tool wherever you go. If I'm waiting online at the supermarket, use your tools of controlling your breath. If I'm in a traffic jam, take the time to breathe consciously. If I'm having a difficult conversation, I'm doing a presentation, or I'm entering into a space where I know challenges me on different levels, use your breath consciously to bring you back to the present moment, to take you away from the past, get you out of the future, so that I can be fully grounded in the here and now. And within that space, we have a limitless possibilities of what we can create based from that moment. To conclude, I said this earlier, but we must understand that our physical, mental, and emotional well-being are key for us to show up as the greatest version of ourselves. As we begin to explore our breath even more, we realize there's so much knowledge and wisdom that we can gain from the observation of our breath to show us where we are. And now as we begin to consciously control the rhythm of our breathing, that will give us a tool to free ourselves from any limited emotional state that doesn't allow us to shine as bright as we truly are. In our next video, we're going to dive deeper into consciously controlling our breath. And once you become conscious of that effect within you, I challenge you to carry that breath wherever you go, so that you can show up in this world for yourself, for your family, for the students you serve, in the greatest version of yourself. Thank you, and have a beautiful day.